You're doing a good job in there. Off the bottom. What are you holding on to there, Mr. Kevin?
I don't know, something that doesn't look fun.
Does it look homemade?
It looks like it could kill me at any given moment.
Oh, are you in there?
Yeah, Bubba, it's perfect.
Alright, so if you guys have been watching, you remember there's one previous video on this track loader. We brought the thing in, put 4 bucket cylinders on it. Mason has serviced it and brought me a bunch of bad news. You guys are watching the last video. This pivot shaft here on these track loader frames was leaking oil. That one over here on this side is like super terrible. So we yanked the tracks off in the last video and left you guys hanging right over here. So what's happened, this thing has lost its seal, which is way back here where it's not supposed to be. Ran out of oil and destroyed the bushings, to say the least. And I think we've got some shafts that's tore up too in the inside of this housing. So we're gonna get this cleaned up and see what kind of carnage we got going on here. You alright? You're worried about scratching that new forklift, aren't you? Going up some more. Alright. Come on in. I bet everybody wish they had a table they could put a 850 size track frame up on, don't they? Mm-hmm. We're going to go ahead and take this other side off and do a little inspecting. It's really only wore on this outside from about this bottom third right here, so we're either going to bore it out and make a thicker bushing for it. We're not sure yet, but we'll get a game plan together for it. We're going to go ahead and take this side off next. Alright, so the only thing that holds this track frame on the shaft right here is 2 little half keepers. Kevin's going to take the old Taylor forklift here and, hey bud, that bucket can go outside too for Dirt Perfect. Get it out of your way. So he's going to push in on this track frame, and that'll give me enough clearance to get those keepers out. Got her, bud. You feel lucky?
Is that coming from my vitals?
Got her. Yep. Alright, we're going to try to slide this one off. This one was leaking oil. The seal's out of it. Go up a little bit, Mason. Alright, well, try to back up a little. Get a little pry there, Kevin. Go up a little bit, Mason. Up a little more. Try to back up a little, see what happens. Go up a little bit more. Try to back up a little. Now go down. Well, go down a little bit. Now, well, back up. Go down. Let me see that. Alright, back on up. Back on up. You're jerky, bud. Hey.
Easy there, cowgirl.
So you know what these two pedals do?
Brakes.
This one is a brake only. That one is a brake and kicks the transmission in neutral.
That's why it's jerky.
So that's why it's jerking. So I don't hardly ever use that one. The reason they got that one, it kicks it neutral. If the operator's too lazy to take it out of gear, you can hit that and throttle it up. Give yourself more speed picking your forks up. So always just use that right pedal. Your wheel loaders a lot of times have two pedals too. The left one's always the same way, but that's why it's kicking it in and out of gear.
You're good.
Cut her harder this way. This one looks a little better, bud. Keep her cut hard, and we'll probably just set it right up there, Mason. We'll get them bolts out of there. Hang on a second. Alright, we got this side one off, or this side off. You can see the bushing in there. It's almost wore through here, but not quite all the way. So I think we caught this one in time. Like I say, that seal was not holding. That bushing's gotten worn, and it's causing the oil to leak out. So this side has a good bushing in it yet. See that? And this pivot shaft looks good. So I think we dodged the ball. We'll have to clean it up and mic everything and make sure we're good. But that's all the seal is. It just kind of presses up against the shoulder there. We do have to we're going to take the pivot shaft off the other side because it needs some machine work. I might possibly have one at the other warehouse to fit it too. So.
Real tight to the tractor. Up here. Yep.
You guys can see that's all boogered up there. I got a big groove in here. That could be welded up and turned. Unfortunately, my lathe doesn't go that big, but I may have one of those at the other warehouse. I'll have to check and see. So that's the same as an 850 standard track dozer. So we've got some other ones out there, but they're for wide tracks and LGP. So when they put their wider track shoes on them, the final drives come out farther along with that pivot shaft. So there's 3 different lengths of pivot shaft, but that's a shorter one there. That thing feels pretty tight. Well, we're gonna have to get a parts list together and get a whole bunch of parts going on here. See what we need. What do you think over here, bud? That center bushing feels good.
Yeah. I see a seal on this side.
Maybe have Mason take those seals out. Yeah. You want to pop these seals out on each side, Mason, so we can see if that bushing is good. We gotta get that hole cleaned out and get them taking grease. But I didn't see any play in that, dude. Left to right. Thankfully, it's fun times. We'll check.
Okay, bud.
You ready?
We're here at the birth center. 4, 5 centimeters. Oh no!
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy. Ah! I saw it. It was a boy.
How can you tell if it's a boy or girl? Buddy?
Well, when your punch pin's flying out. See, it's a boy. There it is. It's a boy. Hurry, Mason, spank its butt.
Hey, I got my side.
Hey, that's not very nice. Part 2.
Top. You're doing a good job in there. Top to bottom. Top. What's this one?
Win! Good boy!
Got it. So all I did was took a sawzall, cut a slit in there. Got it right out.
Good job.
At least that one's not wore through like the other side.
That's right.
My. Alright, so Mr. Mason's been cleaning stuff up. We did take this upper roller out because it was bad from either that track frame being moving around or they didn't have it lined up. Either way, we got a new one coming for it and we'll get it lined up. But the only issue we got is right here, from here to here. That shaft is worn in there a little bit. And I'll try to show you guys here one of the other bushings we took out. But you can see you kind of got a gap around the bottom right there. Just in a real short area. So what I've done, I got these bolts I put in here, got this all cleaned up. I put these bolts in to protect the threads. What I'm going to do is weld this area up to, I may weld the whole thing up, maybe leave this last pass or so out. I've got a homemade boring machine, I'll show you that in a second, but it's always hard to get centered up with these holes wired out like this. So I set all these bolts to the same exact depth and turned them all the same. And I'm thinking that may serve as a good center point for my alignment bushings for my boring bar. So I'm gonna get that welded up and then we'll get the boring bar set up. What I'm hoping to do is just weld this up and then dust that, get that cleaned up. And I got some new bushings and stuff ordered. This side over here is all fine. Should clean up good. But it's just that little bit there, not much. So
Did I ever tell you used to be a carpenter?
how's the wood shop? Should we tell these people what you're doing?
It's better this way.
We're trying to make a square block round. So I got this hole welded up here a little bit and ground it back down a little bit. So what Kevin's done, my homemade boring bar, I'll get it set up here and show you in a second, but this is a 5-inch hole and I do not have a cone to line it up that big. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that wood block, throw it in the lathe. This hole is 5 inches. I'm just going to cut that thing 5 inches around, then I'm going to bore a 2-inch hole in the center of it for my boring bar and use it for a line-up tool. This one will line up on this side where I got these bolts at, but we'll get her all bored out and have some wood shop class here shortly. Why are you cutting wood on my lathe?
I'm not.
Everybody hates it when we cut wood on our lathe. It's only a wood lathe today, tomorrow it'll be a metal lathe. We're going to turn that down to 5 inches. And we're going to bore a hole through it, about 1 3/4 bit. Then we'll take a boring bar and clean that up to 2 inches, and that'll make us a good center for our boring bar.
Turn the
Okay,
lathe.
now you can go.
Turn the lathe on.
No, it's not turning the hole.
Cut your lathe in half.
This is the hardest piece of oak. I hope that don't break.
No, it ain't. Why would you say something like that? I worked hard on that.
That's about as heavy as a piece of metal. You know, poor Randy cleaned this lathe up this morning.
Good job, Randy.
I think you missed a spot.
Yeah, clearly.
Alright, so this dude should fit in that hole. Acts like it will. And then this should slide on here. Oh yeah. That's going to line this bar up here. We'll show you in a second. Alright, got my bearings welded on here. This is my liner upper collar. We got that piece of wood down in there. I think we're going to try to leave it in there. So I'm going to pull this out. Should be able to take this out of here. I can weld those up a little bit more. Just like that. A piece of wood's down in there. Help line that side up. What do you think, bud? A little more welding and let it rip tomorrow? Perfect.
Talk about the torque multiplier. Oh yeah?
What are you holding on to there, Mr.
I
Kevin?
don't know, something that doesn't look fun.
Does it look homemade?
It looks like it could kill me at any given moment.
Oh, you're gonna break off your little tool bit. So all you gotta do is break this and it's gonna quit turning.
It's one of the.
Do you want to be locked on solid to it?
The Ford drive shaft.
You better get the right angle on.
It'll be wild.
So, yeah, she's lubed up. We even got a piece of wood in here too. We've got, you guys can see in there, nice little lathe bit. Got bearings on both ends. I got some bolts welded in there, and I got this super sweet. Is that moving you, bud? Look at you. Like that?
I like that.
I bought this at Home Depot.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's weird. I've never seen it there.
You want to hit the trigger and make sure you're going the right way? You ready? Look at you.
I'm scared.
You can't let off though.
Okay. Are we ready for this? I feel like you should put that down.
Yeah.
Scott says I'm here for this whole thing. You did.
Here you go, Uncle Scott. We got to take little cuts.
This will be the last time I have two hands.
Bub, you just got a 5/16 billet.
Okay, we're ready?
Yeah, don't let off of it.
Okay.
Unless you're spinning circles.
Okay. Don't be scared if you think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Don't be scared if you think about it. We're perfect.
You just never seen anything like this. I don't know if we got to cut anything this fast or not.
You can feel it cutting something.
Don't get the action side of the stop. Don't be scared like Kevin. Oh, Bob, this with my camera. She's used to cutting like no other down here in the bottom.
I'm a big brave dog. I'm a big brave dog.
Well, this is getting pretty boring real quick. Are you in there?
Perfect.
All right, we believe we did get her.
Oh, it's perfect.
Perfect, Kevin says. You guys can see, got her cut out. We did grab a bushing. It acts like it's gonna go in there fine, so all I gotta do is get all this stuff off here. We're gonna face that, get that cleaned up with the grinder there. Hey, all this stuff has to go here, bud. The best thing, our block of wood's all still in there. Didn't even catch on fire.
No.
All right, we'll get all this stuff broke down. Get her cleaned up. We got the bushings in the freezer down up there to shrink them up a little bit. And then may make a driver tiller drive those in there. All right, I got my side off there. It's almost looking like it's nice and factory looking. Can't even hardly tell what we're doing. Did you get your side apart?
Yep.
Is your chunk of wood still in there?
And old Charlie Wood right here.
Oh. She didn't catch on fire.
Oh, she's perfect.
I think we're gonna have to save that for next time maybe.
That's right. Just write that on the
So,
side.
all we'll do now, Kevin will take a hammer and just hit those bolts, break those off, and then we'll grind these welds up, clean that up. We gotta get all that metal out of there. I'm gonna go make a couple of bushing drivers.
I
How's
can
that
only
sound?
hit them and break them off because you welded them.
Is that right?
If I would have welded it, that'd been it. Yeah, see?
You want me to do it for you?
That reminds me of my dad when I was a kid.
You notice I only welded them on
Yeah.
half of it,
When I
right?
was a kid, my dad used to do that to me all the
Oh,
time.
break your stuff off?
Yeah, I just weld something and he'd
He
come
probably just
over
had a
and
little
smack
tiny hammer though, didn't he?
Say random things like silence on the set and action.
I don't see anybody else on here, bud.
It's just me and you. Come on.
Did you get her all cleaned up?
Oh,
You did a good job.
say it again.
I made a couple. I made a couple of bushing drivers out of some 1-inch plate. They look legit, don't they?
Yeah.
So we got the bushings up in the freezer, hoping to shrink those a couple thousandths. We'll send Mr. Mason upstairs because
New guy.
he can go up there and go get him, and we'll beat him in there hopefully. You want to tell the people about the modification we did to our, put this super sweet handle on there too?
We made a Tomajack.
Mr. Mason's running upstairs to get our bushings. We're waiting.
Mason. Mason. Mason.
He's still not here.
You see that cowboy?
That cleaning girl's not real good.
She's afraid of heights. She's not gonna do that.
Mason! You hear him coming?
No. He's still trying to figure out which part's the freezer.
Told him the cold part.
It's one of them confusing freezer on the bottom refrigerator.
It is. I opened the top door up too when I went up there. You find it, bud?
In the hole. It goes in the hole.
You gotta hurry up, bud.
2000s is dependent on it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like brand new.
If I didn't know no better myself, I'd say it was.
Looks factory, don't it?
That's right.
Now we gotta do the big one.
Huh.
Amazing what a little coldness does. So is this right-handed station? Pow, pow. I got a washer on my magnet.
Uh-oh.
Is this the big one?
Uh-oh. Out of the way. 2000s depends on it.
Hurry up, Mason! Hit the top. There you go. Look at it.
I can't see it.
Keep trucking. A little bit more.
Boom. Perfect.
Mason, You did a good job. You need to do it 2 more times.
Swell.
Is there more upstairs?
Swell work.
We got another track frame, bud.
Swell.
Which one you bringing?
Big or little?
You got it prepares. They're in there, bud. Which side you going for?
Whatever side I grab.
No, you got to tell us.
Big side.
Okay.
Whichever side I grab.
You got these all ready to go?
Says no one.
Oh crap, it ain't even clean. Hurry.
Don't tell these people.
Hurry. You need a blowgun,
Slow down,
don't you?
Mason.
What were you doing all the time I was in there on the lathe?
I was on social media and
Do I need to look on
watching YouTube videos.
Hey, we wasn't ready for you. Okay. Where's the hammer at? Hammer! We ain't got nothing over here, bud.
There's one right here beside my foot.
Oh. More. I like it.
You gotta be sealed.
Mason, number 2, 3, 4. Have to do that more often.
Why? That seems work.
It doesn't make for good videos, does it?
No.
You doing this one? You're not Mason.
You're Gus.
That's Mason.
Mason Dixon. You gotta go to the other side. I'm on the handle.
That's a crooked too.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, you went plenty too far there, buddy. Why'd you overachieve?
Did you see how I'm standing?
We might need to come back a little.
Ha!
Well, it's questionable.
How did you do so good? Where was my watch?
Mason, you wouldn't watch
I can't help it. This is the gun show, brother.
Somebody,
Okay.
somebody got a little carried away on this one.
That's extra credit.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think we better drive that back a little.
2000 depends on.
Yeah. You're
Mason,
gonna,
go put that one back in the freezer.
you're gonna make me cut my handle off, aren't you?
Well, did you fix it, Mason?
Yep.
Brand new.
Did you really?
Yep.
Or did I do it?
I watched and you did it.
That's right. That's right.
Cut my handle off.
Oh, no. Weld it back on, bub. Them nice tools. That's why we don't make nice tools. Right there.
You all brand new.
We fixed it. Don't worry. We did good. Go for it. Yep.
Action. What's your Japanese nickname? What's sausage fingers in Japanese?
I don't know. Piggy fingers! Come on with you.
you think?
So far, I've hit a couple holes.
I need more bolts.
Here you go.
That's all I get, man.
One for you, one for me.
I'm missing a
One
washer.
for you, one for me. Here you go, I got
I'll
you.
give you that one back.
Oh. Mason, where'd you lose that washer to? Can't you see, Mason? It's a race. And I'm winning.
Alright.
Dominating.
You're not giving him my cars.
Huh. There you go. I'm not even threading mine in. But I won.
You gonna NASCAR it? Can I get another one?
Yeah, you can do that one.
It's on your side, bud. It fits better when you put it on the right way, you know what?
That's weird. There's too many holes. I got confused. I can't even count that
I
high.
could make a joke right now, but...
Huh.
Impact's behind you, bud.
I gotta make sure they all threaded.
Oh, you just stuck him in there, you big cheater.
No, I won. Fair and
Yeah, look at you now. Always cheating.
square. Won fair and square. And action.
Mason, you gotta point it and tell him what you're doing
Say,
here.
okay, folks.
We're heating that thing right there to fit on the shaft over there.
That's it.
This is where the seal rides right here. You're gonna melt it down with that rosebud, bud.
That'll be all right.
One of those little black things. All up in there.
This is gonna get wild.
Are you moving or am I moving?
I'll move for you. Don't worry. I like your boss on fire, do-da, do-da.
Nice, what's it? You see that?
You keep getting closer.
You're scaring me.
You're getting closer to you.
I'm shaking.
This is more fun.
Is that warming up yet?
Always try. I'll be right here. Get a sweet fire can. Oh, we're supposed to be paying attention.
Shut it off, bud. Acetylenine's not free. We'll let that cool down a couple minutes here, then we'll go to the other side. That means turn the camera shot.
And action.
You're supposed to light it in your boss's face.
Action.
You gotta go easy on the throttle there, bud.
Yeah,
She's
I
like
ain't
an
never
old-
gone
She's
easy
like
on
an old
nobody's
carburetor, bud. You gotta take it easy when she's cold. Meanwhile, my ceiling's black. I think you got it. Listen at her hiss.
Take 32. I have to go circles the other way.
Is that correct? No, it's just a mix.
Okay.
John
Had me
Deere-
scared.
John Deere dropped it on the floor. Okay.
Go for it.
Oh, got it. Perfect. All right. Are we ready? So we did put new bushing in there. Mason doesn't want to stick his finger in there and get the grease in there. We got new seals. Do the other side, Mason. Got those all nice and new. We got new pins somewhere right there. Got the rubber seal in there. So this rubber seal is the only thing that seals up oil and everything. So it seals against the track frame. Then those pieces that we just put on there. You just got to get it on there, bud. It's just that easy, ain't it? Come straight in right now. go down. Come on in. Side shift that way. Down. All right, come on in. Do go that way a little bit. Side shift this way. Just turn that way. There you go, right there. You go up a little. I think you need to tilt it forward. And go up. Come on in a little. Tilt it forward some more. Alright, we got her on there. I got the pin in there just fine. Kevin's got these little 2 half retainers. Lock that in there. He shoved his track frame on with the old fork chuck here. I put some Loctite 515. Is he gonna stay?
You're gonna be quick.
Is that how it's going?
Ready, set, go.
Got it. Now I just need bolts. Where'd those go? Way up there?
My son.
So that little cap seals it up and retains those 2 little keepers. We lost our bolts, bud. I'm going to show you something on these pins. John Deere used to have a hose out here, greased that. The problem is this rubber hose got broken here. This new updated pin actually has a grease fitting in it, so you can grease it right there directly. A lot of people forget to grease that too, same way as they forget to check that. So, but that's a little better deal. You just got to make sure and dig your tracks out and grease that. So that little rubber hose always gets broken for sure. Kevin's got the other track frame. I'll try to get her wiggled on over here. Yeah, that old rubber hose used to go in there in dirt and crap to get in and break that off, but these new pins have a grease fitting and a grease hole in them. Grease that bushing up that way. A little harder to get to, but it's going to last a lot longer, so I went ahead and put the rubber seal on there. Hey, you just dropped your sprocket bolts. We going dead in the center. So you guys remember earlier that roller is bad, so we put a new one on there. We're going to line her up. You gotta go in there a little bit, don't you? You're pretty close. You want to go on outside where the rail would be? That's way over here. Why'd they put a hump in the track? Go back to the center. You in the center of the sprocket.
Yep.
It's pretty close right there, ain't it? Might have went too far in. Did you get it?
Did you see me?
Well, here, Kevin's. Oh, there you go. So somebody just slammed that in there before, didn't they?
Yep.
Wouldn't pay no attention. Again, this is not rocket science, but how's that look?
Perfect.
Tighten her down there and call her good. Alright, so I'm filling these track frame pivots back up with some 80-90 gear oil. They hold 1.8 quarts according to John Deere. You guys might have noticed we actually drilled and tapped a hole here, 1/8 inch plug. We'll put an 1/8 inch pipe plug back in it. But the reason is these things are very hard to fill out. There's nowhere for the air to go out and stuff, so I find it's easier. I've even seen some of these dozers that have these in them from the factory, so if they don't have them, I'll go ahead and tap that in there. But I like to use a bottle because I don't have a way to measure my bulk gear oil, so I've already put 1 quart in here, but this is part of another. Should get that in there and filled up, and then we'll put the caps on there. But this is something really important to check on your machines if you got something. If your seals are leaking, the best thing to do is just put a grease fitting in there and grease that thing every 100 hours or so, and it will last you a lifetime. So, but metal and metal just doesn't cut it. But the older tractors and stuff, that's what they did. They just had a grease fitting and greased it every 100, 200 hours or something like that. But like I say, if the seals go out and you got to keep running it, just get you adapted over to a grease fitting and grease her up. So we're gonna slam the tracks on next. Hey bud, that's the wrong color.
Not my tractor.
You need a big old hammer right here. Yeah. Apparently this part fits a, or I'll put this on here.
Yeah.
Need the hammer. You get the other side tight, Mason? Well, you banged that up, didn't you? So if you guys are looking for that little fill port, you got to pop that thing out and destroy it. Don't ask me why. It should be good for a long time. Isn't that right?
Good news is it won't be green for long.
Oh, because you just knocked all the paint off of it?
That's right.
Some farmer's going to be crying. Alright, we got her all back together. Kevin's finishing tightening up that last track. I saw you're getting pretty close there, bud. We're going to have to wait and set that down on the ground. But it's quitting time today, ain't it?
Woo!
We're ready to go home. But I think everything, I mean, the tracks went on very easy. Easy as it could have. Track frames, so. We got a few little odds and ends. I got some ripper shanks put on. Those aren't here yet. We got some lights to fix. A couple of other odds and ends, but we're not going to bore you with that. Hopefully you guys liked all this cool undercarriage work. Something a little different. I know you guys like seeing this big stuff get done in our homemade boring bar. Did the trick, didn't it?
That's right.
So you guys like this, what are you going to do?
Like, subscribe.
But you know what? Only 10% of the people are hitting the like button.
That hurts.
Only 10% of the people view us. So if we get 100,000 views, there's only 10,000 people that like us.
Well, that hurts.
So do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button. If you're watching on a TV, you just hit that up arrow on your little remote and then scroll over a couple to the right. And then
And look for this.
hit the OK. Helps us out a bunch. It lets YouTube know that we're doing a good job, so our stuff gets put out there. And if you want to see more cool stuff, that guy's hot rodding. You want to see more cool stuff like this, you might consider subscribing so you don't miss out next time. Isn't that right?
That's right.
We'll see you guys later.